The most excited I've been.
Good, I'm glad.
To do a podcast. Okay. Did you have to come from far today?
No, I didn't drive anyway, so.
Great stuff. Okay, here we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Luton's Deadpool podcast with me, Luton's Deadpool, and my amazing, incredible, and insanely talented guest today, Olivia Lynn.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hi,
Olivia.
guys.
Very
Hello.
nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
That was way too formal. Normally, I give you a hug.
It's like, hello.
No, it's great. It's honestly really good to have you come to the Barrels pub today, which we have actually, like, the owner has just really sorted us out just now. The guy, Sean at the Barrels, just amazing man, always helps me. So big up you, Sean. Yeah, so like I said, I'm really happy that you came today.
Yeah.
We've been like I've known you for a little while now. I think it was last year that I met you.
Yeah, it was actually.
Wasn't it? Yeah, was it? It was at the Keach event. At
like one of the fate thingies.
Yeah. Because you came and sang on stage.
And you had your guitar.
Oh, don't.
Yes, no, don't forget. I forgot. I remember.
I hoped you forgot. I thought I was going to be able to remind you about how terrible it was.
No,
my first experience on stage.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I see as being good about it was the advice you gave me afterwards, because it was seriously such a terrible time. Like I just couldn't play. Couldn't get the rhythm going.
It is hard though.
I was like just super tense.
Yeah.
Like I felt like like Tin Man.
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah, for real. But
Like
people forget like a lot goes into performing. You can't, all about warming up your voice, but you've got to warm up your body as well. So, and you're right. Don't get me wrong. I get tense sometimes on stage, and it's scary.
Yeah.
So no matter how many times you do it, it's always the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I saw you last year, you were 16, right?
Yeah.
Because you're so young. It's actually crazy. Like because when I spoke to you, I didn't know like that you was that age at all, and you gave me advice like an elite level mature singer, and it was really good advice. You just said to me, just don't focus on them, just focus on what you're doing. Like, you can close your eyes, you can look above them, you can whatever. You gave me really good advice that day, and since then, I've genuinely like taken that on board, and like I feel like a much more confident performer.
That's
now.
really good.
Yeah, I do.
No,
it's
I'm
because of you,
that.
genuinely because of you.
I feel privileged. Thank you.
Seriously, man, it's like really important to me because. Everything that I'm doing, I'm just a total amateur at, right? Like I've never done any of this sort of stuff before.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I just forgot to put my watch on. It's too late now. Screw it. I can't wear this watch in public anymore.
No.
This is what happens.
We can't like release the identity.
No. So now the watch has to go. Yeah. This is my favourite watch as well. This is my missus got me this watch.
Oh, no way.
I know. She's gonna be screwed.
She's gonna be like,
she's gonna have to get me a new watch. She's gonna have to get me a new watch.
That's an excuse for a new watch, though. Yes! So you're all right.
New watch.
Either way.
Yeah. She doesn't watch these. I don't know why I'm.
Like she's watching.
No, genuinely, she has not watched any of them.
That is so funny.
It is. But yeah, what was I saying?
What was he talking about?
I don't know. Let's talk about something else.
Let's go on.
Your song. Let's talk about your song.
Yeah.
What a great song, firstly.
Oh, well, thank you.
I said to you before off camera that, my daughters and I listen to the song and like they love it and like I love it and we just love you so much. You've got such a great voice and so much power in the words that you use as well. It's it's really good. And you kind of are exhibiting this like really strong young lady thing. And I love that because my daughters get to like feed off of that. Like they're like, the more that they see girls like you, the more that they then say to themselves, I can be like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So important.
Do you know what? That means so much to me because I've been saying this whole time that what I really want to be a good role model. Like, I don't just want to be an artist.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to be. I want to be an inspiration. I want to be able to, influence the younger generation, especially towards young girls, young females. I recently did another podcast actually about promoting, talking about women basically, and the music industry of women, and the fact that you just said it's gonna mold your girls, your daughters into the people that they'll be when they're older. Yeah. And no, it really does mean a lot. So thank you.
It must be weird when people say stuff like that to you.
Yeah, it's so strange because some people have said to me, "Oh, do you feel like a pressure?" And do you know what? I don't actually feel the pressure at all.
It's good.
Which is really good. but not that I don't care, but it's just, you know, I know that in my heart of hearts, I'm doing the right thing. I'm being a good person, and being able to influence these young girls, which is really good. So I'm actually really happy you said that and you mentioned that, because that is literally one of the things I've been saying this whole time, is that I want to be that type of artist that is not just an artist. I want to, you know, help in some way.
Well. That's really good. And at such a young age, you worked out. Oh my gosh, at 17, because you're 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 17, I wouldn't give myself a mop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was useless. I was useless.
No.
I don't know. Boys develop late anyway.
Yeah,
right? But,
exactly right.
No, but seriously, like you've got your head screwed on. Like ever since I first met you, I talked to your mum and your dad and your family, and like they're all amazing and so supportive, and like you're very lucky with what you've had to help you build up to doing what you're doing.
100%, yeah, no, I am. So
you've been doing all of this stuff, like, because you do. I saw there was like an advert thing that you put up the other day. I can't remember what it was on. It was like a kid's toy or something.
Yes. Annie Magics.
Yeah. Yes. So you was the face of Annie Magics. Was that? What was that? Was that a doll?
Yeah. So it's like a pet. It's like it's got like a baby's body, but like a pet's face, and you can like feed it, and it like makes noises and stuff. And it was like a baby.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people don't realize that I used to be a child model.
Yeah.
They just think that I've kind of just come out and start doing the singing thing, but I've literally been involved in the performing arts industry since I was literally tiny. So I done the Annie Magics advert, which was one of my favourite, because they let you keep the toy as well. And I had all 3 of them.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was so good. And then I also done an Asda advert as well, making pizzas. I don't know if you've done a golf one, but I dress up as a golfer. So no, it's actually crazy, like all these experiences I've had when I was younger. It's actually mental to think about, but really fun.
It's really matured you, though. Like,
yeah, 100%.
Because and not, you know, obviously you get to have fun and stuff. Like, all the stuff you're doing, it sounds like it's really fun. But at the same time, like, to prepare you for what you're doing right now, because I think if someone would have come to me and told me that I was top of a chart when I was your age, again, like a guy, he wouldn't give a mop. Like, what if you told him that? What do you think he would do?
No, I get you.
It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea for that to happen. Like, and I think that could speak to a lot of kids as well.
Yeah.
That, like, if they got that kind of a thing, it would just go to their heads, and they would just start like becoming diva-ish and lashing out at people 100%. And just being horrible to me. And like, you're just not like that at all.
It is awful when you see it firsthand as well. I think that's really helped shape me who I am. There's been like, for example, there's been like auditions that I've gone to, like my mum and my dad have been by my side like every single time. And I'll be with my mum, and I remember vividly, actually, this is a bit of gossip actually, but I did, so you know Sherlock and Holmes, the one with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly?
Yeah.
So I had an audition for that, and I got it. I got the, I played the part as a little homeless kid.
Okay.
And one of the directors actually cut my part without telling the main director. Yeah, so I had lines, and I met Will Ferrell, met John C. Reilly.
No way! Yeah. Oh my god!
It was crazy. Can I just say, John C. Reilly is the nicest human being I've ever met.
Really?
Honestly, he's so kind. He's
oh my gosh, I love
just a big teddy bear. He hugged me. He was so kind.
I love that film as well. It's so good.
Honestly.
Oh my god, you should have been in it.
That's what I'm saying. And then I didn't get it, but I still had to stay on set.
Yeah.
And there was this little boy, and he's really famous now.
Okay.
And I remember he was so naughty. He was like running around on tables, like jumping up and down, throwing stuff everywhere. And I was just sat there. I've just been told that I've not got a role anymore. I'm sat there trying so hard not to cry with my mum, like remaining calm. And this kid who has a main part is just running riot. Like, and I think it sounds awful, but things like that, seeing kids act out and, like you say, like be diva-ish, has actually made me think, oh, I really don't want to be like that. I really don't want to be like that. I really want to be grateful for things. I really don't want to take things for granted. And so in a weird way, seeing things like that has really helped shape into the person I am today.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I know you can't see, but I'm smiling. Like,
good. I'm glad.
I am. I'm so happy like, just hearing that, because you know, my big thing is obviously, like, I believe that I'm not going to be the thing that changes things in the world ultimately. My time has passed. You know? People only genuinely, like, the limelight of time, it's like really small for people. And if you can do loads of good stuff in that time, then your legacy will last and you'll do so much
100%.
for people, you know, and children everywhere. You know, my job, I see, is like, I'm trying to like just get the young kids to like do some cool stuff. And you're in this moment where you're doing the cool stuff and you're a really nice, good person and you're inspiring young kids. Like, you're just so powerful in what you're doing, and like, I'm so happy that you exist. It's just,
no, thank you. I really appreciate that.
It's really great, and the fact that you're from Luton as well.
I know, it's crazy,
you're a
right?
Luton girl as well.
Every time someone asks me, I'm like, yeah, Luton. They're like, what?
Yeah,
Luton. I'm like, yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Let's ask a deep Luton question.
Okay.
What does Luton mean to you? What is Luton to you?
Do you know what? My whole life, I have defended Luton. Like, my whole life, and it does mean so much because this is my childhood. Like, this is my whole entire life. Like, to the point I've lived in like 3 places in Luton, and each house has been within 10 minutes of each other. I've stayed in the same area of Luton my whole entire life.
Yeah.
You know, I've got family, friends, you know, little things like, not this pub, but stuff like the King Willie and and stuff like that, and the Handsome Cab. Like, I remember like falling asleep on, like, you know, the chairs. Like, your mum and dad would be like,
everyone's just having a good time.
And you're like little, and you're like, I'm gonna go to sleep on these chairs, and like, little things like that, and like just so many memories. And do you know what? As I've gotten older, obviously, as you get older, things change. And to me, it's frustrating when I see people like, not dissing, but, you know, hating on Luton, because they don't realise how much work like most people put in to make Luton a good place. Yeah, exactly. And they just like bad connotations, and it really frustrates me because it's actually not. It's not bad like everyone thinks it is. Exactly. It's really not. And do you know what it is? It's certain people that let it down. It's genuinely, and it's the sad reality of it, really. But I think personally that Luton lately has done so much good. Oh, like, ridiculous. Like, they're up in their game like more and more. Yeah. And that's what we need. And I would rather that than everyone sit around and do nothing. So Luton means a great deal to me. My whole family's here, like literally my whole family. Like I said, I've grown up here. My nana literally lives like 3 doors away from me. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, it's so cute. You get to see her all the time. All the time. She was literally around my house today. She was like, bye, saying goodbye to me, going here. Oh, that's nice. But no, Luton means so much to me, and it always will. And a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are shocked when I say I'm from Luton, because of how I act as well. Yeah. Because you're such a nice, like, well-rounded person. Because I'm a normal, nice, you know, normal person. No, but you're not. I wouldn't say normal, because you are supernatural. Yeah, no, thank you. In all reality, like, for what you're able to do, there's not many people that could handle the pressure like what you handle. And then not only that, to come from the pain of what happened to you during your schooling years as well. Yeah. Like, you know, that's really difficult for anyone to go through. But then to rise above, and you're still doing so well, and you've not lost your faith in people. Yeah. Like, that's really, really important to me massively in like how I live my life, is that I don't ever give up on like knowing there's good people out there. Because as you get older, you know, you can obviously you're still quite young. There's time for you to get to an age where you'll start to hate everybody. Yeah. Oh no, I know. But you know, because there are some bad eggs out there, and they can colour the world in this way. Like, that's what everybody's like. Yeah. And if you spend too much time around just negative people, that's what your world becomes. And exactly. You kind of believe in that. But the way that you're able to see that there are good people, and you come to so many things as well to try and help out, and you're singing on stage. Yeah. And, you know, did I see you at East Fest? Yes, I was at East Fest. I did Diwali as well. Yeah, you done Diwali as well. I remember you at Diwali. Really fun. Did you do the Ukraine thing as well? Yes, I did. I did. That's where I first saw you. That was my first event. No way. That was my first thing that I went to. I just showed up, and then I knew that it was you. Yeah, I remember hearing you sing. I was like, this girl's amazing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, and then someone said to me, yeah, she's only 16. I was like, what? Yeah. Sorry? Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But yeah, so obviously school was rough though, right? Oh, awful. Like, so bad. I mean, you don't mind talking about it? No, not at all. Like, I've gotten to the point where I want to talk about it, because I don't know, I just feel like awareness needs to be made, and So I went to, I don't really care where people know where I went to school. I went to Stopsley High School. So I went to Stopsley. And you know what? Year 7, like, it sounds really cringe. I went from year 6, thinking, oh my God, like, it's going to be like High School Musical.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's going to be like by their lockers, like, going to have so many friends and be like walking around my books. Like, I had such high hopes. I think that's what destroyed me the most.
Yeah.
Is because I was such a positive, like, little kid. Like, I was literally a ball of sunshine.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. I can literally imagine.
And because I was so excited for this experience, literally walked through the doors, swearing, like it was. I remember one day there was Ofsted Day. People were throwing like stink bombs everywhere. There was like drawings on the wall, like, and you just walk in, and you're like, so this is not what I expected.
Yeah.
But you know, I went through year 7. There was a few problems here and there, nothing major. I say nothing major, but it's not as major as what happened. So I just got through it, and then year 8 came, and that is literally when my living hell started. I was severely bullied, mentally, physically, emotionally. It was a joke. It started off with boys, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would have assumed girls.
Yeah, so it actually started off with
that's crazy.
boys, really badly physically. They had no chill. They did not care.
Really?
Yeah, and do you know what was really frustrating? It was, they just have a crush on you. And what is this stigma around, like, it's okay. Boys will be boys. Like, it's okay for a boy to be rude to you because they have a crush on you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I don't agree with that at all whatsoever. And I know you're going to agree because you've got daughters. And then, for like, you understand.
Yeah.
They did not have a crush on me. Whether or not they did or not, it doesn't excuse what they've done.
No, of course not. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to behave in them sort of ways.
Honestly.
If anything, you know, as I think that it's really lost nowadays, but what men should be is like to be like a real man, to be a good like man is to be a gentleman.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
I mean? That's like, that term is really important.
Yeah.
Like a gentleman. You say a gentleman, right? You don't actually break it down. A gentleman, what that means is
they don't realise
on top of somebody, because it is like, you know, I remember it was like being a teenager. It is a lot of emotions, but then I was raised properly, where I had pressure from my mum and my aunt and my nan. And that's
so good that you had like those feminine influences in your life.
Yeah.
And I think this is what I've been saying for so long. It means so much to have a positive female role model in your life.
100%.
And so obviously they were actually more physical than the girls sometimes.
That's
like
crazy.
It was mental. I had one boy got a bin bag, like emptied the rubbish out of it and literally put it over my head and suffocated me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't even make this up. I had glue poured in my hair multiple times. I had scissors chucked at me. One boy got a compass, you know, like the ones you draw a circle with, and literally came up to me and just into my stomach.
What?
Literally just had been stabbed with a compass. Literally just stood there like the teachers, oblivious. They didn't think of it. My maths teacher at the time, I was literally getting suffocated, was like, "Oh, boys, stop being silly. Like, oh, just stop it, boys."
But for you, it was like a really traumatic thing that was going on. Yeah, of course.
So that all happened. Like, praise the Lord, my brother was at that school.
Yeah.
My older brother, he's 19 now. And he went through that school with no problems whatsoever. Never got in trouble, never got a detention in his life. And you know, I feel guilty because he defended me when all this was going on. And he pinned one of the boys up at one point and was like, "Please leave my sister alone. Like, you don't realise what you're doing." Yeah. And he got a detention for it. For telling this boy to stop. Sakes. He got, I'm pretty sure he got like head boy like taken away from him as well.
No.
Yeah, it was a joke. All because he was defending me, because no one else was doing anything about it. Anyway, he left school. And then in year 9, I was bullied horrendously at the end of year 8 as well by girls. And do you know what? With girls, it's a cat fight. It's awful. Like the emotional, the manipulation, the emotional abuse is a joke.
It's like they're trying to destroy your character.
Honestly, to the point, I didn't even recognise who I was anymore. I didn't even know who I was. Honestly,
I'm so
awful.
sorry that happened to you.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's really, really horrible.
It is awful. Like, and it is so sad to like. I don't get upset about it now because I've like grown with it and it's made me who I am today. But do you know what does make me sad? To think that little me was having to like go through that, and I thought that it was okay. So like with the girls as well, I was told like every day after school, like meet me outside after school, like watch yourself after school. Constantly walking home in fear, got followed home, got pushed in front of cars.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a joke, pushed in the road. One girl shoved me in a locker, tried to lock me in a locker. Honestly, I can't even, it's like food thrown at me. Yeah, it's really a joke. But luckily I had I didn't have many friends. I think I had like 2 girls that actually stuck up for me. Even my friends at the time didn't even stick up for me.
But you know, even for the ones that do stick up for you, it's hard for them because of the pressure.
Exactly, that's my point. Do you know how petrified they were?
What good friends.
Exactly, and I felt awful because there was this one girl who really stood up for me, and then she'd start getting it as well. And it's a joke. And the teachers, like, I went to the teachers about it to the point that I didn't end up going to school. I had my first like panic attack. I thought I was having a heart attack. Yeah. Because it feels in your chest.
Yeah, I've had
do you know what I mean? And you're like everything's shaking. You can't see. Like people don't realise how awful
and
panic
at that
attacks
age,
are.
I'm so sorry this happened to you. It really pains me, you know, because I went through a lot of stuff growing up as well. And I experienced all of that, like with the panic attacks and stuff. And as a child, it's horrible. Because,
no, honestly.
You know, for me, I didn't feel like I could turn to my parents about it as well. So
it's 10 times worse.
Yeah, it was hard. It's hard. But like, just every time that someone tells me that as a child, I went through that, like I feel so angry that people were doing that to you. But then just so sad that I know that that's normal.
Yeah.
That's normal behaviour. Like,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Everything that you say, I'm so shocked that it happened because of how great you are, and you didn't just stop and give up and just go, do you know what, they're right, and I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah, but like the fact you're standing here, like that's why I'm shocked. But their behaviour, I'm not shocked by because I'm aware that people act like that.
Because like, and that's it. You've literally worded it perfectly. Like the school literally said to me.
It's the first time I've ever done that in my life.
No, for real though. Like the school were like to me, there's too much red tape.
Yeah.
Like we can't do anything about it. Some of these kids have like behavioural issues. And I really understand, but it gets to a point, where it's behavioural issues. And that, you know, there were some kids who had a TA with them and that TA helped and that was sorted, But not every single one of those kids, do you know what I mean, gets away. It has to, like, it's not, I'm sorry, it's not okay.
Yeah.
So actually I ended up in hospital in year 9. Because I didn't want to be here anymore. It was a really awful time in my life for me. And the sad way that my mum found out actually was I didn't want to put pressure on my parents. You know, I was really trying hard at school to get good grades and go in, even when I didn't want to go in. So I didn't tell my parents straight away. My mum could tell something was up, went on my phone and saw like search history. Not very nice stuff, as you can tell. And wake me up crying, bless her. And then we spoke about it, told my mum, told my dad, like they were like open arms. I genuinely couldn't have done it if they I didn't have that reaction.
Anything.
No, they knew a few things about.
That's the saddest thing about like when this is going on, isn't it?
Honestly.
The parents tend to not know because as a kid you're kind of scared to say,
100%.
like in case it gets worse. Right?
I was petrified because I know my mum has got my back 110%. I told her and she wouldn't have sorted the problem. She tried to speak to the school didn't want to talk, so she spoke to the parents. And rightly so. And I told them every single thing because I was like, I can't keep a secret anymore. So I told them everything. So I was in hospital because I didn't want to be here. And I wasn't eating because of like I'd be in the changing rooms and girls would be saying things as well. Negative environment. But I recovered. I, you know, became like healthy-ish again. I was eating a bit more. I was more positive. And do you know what? During that time, I stopped singing. I didn't sing. I stopped. I was like, I'm not being a singer anymore. I don't want to do it. It's not for me. And all this and that. My mum was like, oh, I don't mean that. And I was like, no, I do. I don't want to be a singer. And then I didn't mean it. I lied. And then I come back and I was much better. And I was like back in my singing again. Then I made the decision to drop out of high school. The school were not supportive one bit. I used to be a bit afraid talking about the school because they had actually said a few things about they don't really like me talking about it. But it's my story. I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I dropped out of high school, and the school's supposed to support you with like a home learning package and stuff. I didn't get any of that. Mum had to pay for everything, or mum and dad. They had to put me in like these tutoring lessons. My tutor was amazing. I did really well in my English GCSE, really high marks. I didn't do my maths because I was going through a lot, so it was hard to catch up when I was kind of slacking in the academic department, which is understandable.
Yeah, of course. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, like, I'll tell you now, right? So I'm in education right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing an economics degree at uni, right? And I just had 1 month in December where, you know, I was very busy every day doing this. Yeah. So uni got put on the back burner.
Yeah.
I've come back to it now, and I'm like a month and a half behind.
Yeah.
And I am tearing my hair out. I don't
honestly,
know what to do. So for what you was going through, I like the fact that you only said, like, you know, maths I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense. Makes sense. And it's big of you to admit as well that, like, you know,
honestly,
it's something like where, you know, people feel like they can't ever say when they didn't quite make it with something, but like you've shown that, you know, you're a regular person, you know, and that's what I really love about you. Yeah. Like, I love that you're able to just talk about everything.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
No, it means a lot. No worries. No worries. But so I didn't do maths, I just did English, and then I did like a bit of psychology learning.
Cool.
And did like, I'm really interested in that. Always said if I didn't make it as what I really want to be, like a singer and an actress, then I would love to go into helping younger children, psychology and stuff like that. But in the end, I only had my English lit and my English language GCSE.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do anything else. And then I was still learning maths though. And then obviously it got to the point where I've been homeschooled that whole time. And then I was like, oh God, I need to go to college. So my mum was like, you don't have to go to college if you don't want to. If you're afraid, then that's fine. We don't have to do that. And I went, no, I want to go to college because, you know, I need this. I really want... I was a bit petrified at that point. I don't just want an English GCSE.
Yeah.
You know, and if I want to go into performing arts, it's going to help me massively.
Yeah.
So we called North Herts College up and we spoke to them and was like, obviously they're not, this is actually a little fun fact as well. I'm actually in second year college when I'm supposed to be in first year college.
Oh, okay.
So because I completed my GCSEs a year early, my English GCSE a year early, they let me go on the course a year early.
Oh,
yeah, but it's not actually a year. Decent. I'm a September baby, so it's only 3 weeks anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah,
so I'm the oldest in my year.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I called them up and said, look, I'm 3 weeks like younger than everyone else. Only 3 weeks. It's not even a full year. Please can I join the course? Like, I've got 1 GCSE. I really need this. It's really good. He was like, yeah, that's fine. Come on.
Oh, that's so good. I was like, that's so good.
Honestly, amazing. Joined the course. Doing really well so far. Really happy with it. Just keep my head down, do my work, get on with it.
You're crazy, man. Like, you're actually a singer and you're just studying as well, like at the same time.
Just like performing arts.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing.
No,
you're a testament
really cool
to this town and to yourself and to your family and to everybody that's helped you along the way. Like, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I know I don't know you like massively. I feel like I know you a little bit, and you know I've really enjoyed like listening to your music and just watching you like over the course of the year and seeing all the different events, and like I'm a big fan. I'm a really big fan.
Honestly, it does mean a lot, especially when it like, you know, you hear it from my parents all the time. But it does mean like a little bit more when it comes from outside.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah, because I get what you're saying. Like, you know, the difference is for me is that my kids tell me they hate everything that I do.
No way.
And they want me to stop now.
Like, stop it.
But like, I'm like, yeah, nobody knows. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Bless them.
Yeah, they're really funny. They just take they're quite proud of
it's so cute.
All the stuff. I get them to come out as well.
Yeah.
Every now and then. Oh, you've not met my little tiny one yet. I'm gonna have to bring her to one of your things because she would be obsessed with you as well.
100%, yeah, do it.
Yeah, I was just about to say her name. Oh,
that was a close one.
That was a slip.
Close one.
You saved it. I stopped it. Yeah. But yeah, she's only 4 and she comes out in a Deadpool suit.
Oh, no way.
And she's just awesome. She's
that
awesome.
is so cute.
So,
that is
I'm
actually
gonna have to bring her to come
100% do it. That would be lovely.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, that's my educational journey.
This is where you're at so far.
And now I'm here.
now you're here at the table chatting to Deadpool.
Exactly.
Like, life is mad, isn't it?
It is crazy where we end up. Yeah. It is crazy.
And the thing is you're only at the start.
Yeah, I do forget that.
Yeah, I know. This is the thing. Like, when I talk to you and when I watch what you're doing, I'm like, you're just so far ahead of like where you should be. This should be you when you're like maybe in your early 20s.
Yeah,
right?
I get you.
Do you know what I mean? You're doing it so much earlier, and yeah, like I say, it's obviously you've got like this kind of willpower that most people obviously don't have. And where does that all come from? Like, because I know you talk about like how you behaved and stuff, right, in school, and like what your sort of persona is, what you bring to the world. But like, where does that all come from?
My mum plays a massive role model in my life. Like, all I've ever wanted to do was make her proud. Like, she's just literally my best friend.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, I love that woman so much, and she don't even realise it as well how much I love her.
Yeah.
But she like I said, because she's been to every audition, she's been to every gig. Like, she's never not come to something. She's always been there, no matter what. And I think I have this, like, when I did want to stop singing, she was the one that was like, that's not you. I'm sorry, Olivia, but that's not you. And she just gives me like that push to like do well. Like, she makes me want to do well. She will remind me, even now, she will remind me, like, you've got this. Yeah. You want, what do you want in life? What do you want in life? You know, I want this. I really want to be on stage in West End. I want to be singing here and there, no too, or, you know, things like this. And she said, you work hard and you keep going and be confident. Be confident and keep being who you are, because people like who you are. Yeah. So she is literally like my muse. Amazing. And my nana as well. Now, obviously my dad as well. My dad has always had my back. And,
he's such a cool guy. I really like your dad. Yeah, when I met your dad, he is awesome.
Yeah, he's such a lovely bloke. Yeah. He's been really good, because he's always like said to me, like, and like, it's mainly him actually says it, not my mum, like, don't ever rely on anyone else. Yeah. You know, you've got your own back, you've got your family, like, you've got this. And he's a really positive male influence in my life. Especially when obviously I've struggled a lot with like younger boys. Yeah. He's shown you that there are good men out there. There are good men out there, right? Exactly right. And he's shown me who a man is. Like, he genuinely showed me who a man is. That's it. And how he treats my mum. Yeah. And how he's looked after me. And how he's like said like things like, oh, I'm not letting anyone hurt you. Like, you know, all this and that. Like, he's just. And he doesn't realise it either. You know, this made me realise it. I don't tell my parents this enough. So if you haven't told your parents that you love them, please do. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, tell everybody. Tell your guardians or your parents that you love them. But yeah, so them two, my muses, love them. That is genuinely, that's how you became. How I've become who I am is because of how I've been brought up and because of how well they've done as parents, to be honest, as well. But I think because of high school, it's pushed me to, there's a little bit of like revenge. Like, I want to show everyone who done me wrong how great you can become, right? Exactly. I am going to do well. I promise you now, no matter how long it takes, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I'm just going to keep going. Yeah. I'm just going to keep going. But you know what? You come from a great place where produces great people. I mean, where you were saying roughly where you're from and stuff, and in this area, you know, we have a great big star that came out of this town, Jamie Hensley. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I went to school with him, and like, I was literally, when we were kids, we literally played around each other's houses and stuff. Way. Yeah, for real, man. Yeah, for real. Like, a lot, like, I know a lot of people who know him and stuff. Union J. Yes, because I was in a pantomime with his mum. Oh, with Jackie. Jackie. Yeah, I know Jackie. Was in Annie, and Jackie directed it. No way, did she? Yes, and I was Annie. Yeah, Jackie and my mum were good friends. No way. What a small. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. This is what Luton is. Honestly, I mean, most people know Jamie because he's always been out and about in the town anyway, and like, you know, he's a really good guy. I love him to death. I haven't spoken to him for years. It's like, I saw him a while back, and he hadn't changed at all. Oh, it was really nice to see. I mean, like, you know, he's made it really, really far. I was watching, it was so funny. I was watching a film the other day, Kick-Ass 2. Oh, yeah. And in that film, there's a scene when there's like a bunch of girls, and they're just like
gassing all over Union Jack.
No way.
Yeah, and then Jamie comes up. I'm like, no way. It's because it's like a video they're watching, one of their videos.
I didn't even realise that.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's just reminding me to watch it again now.
No, you're going to have to watch it again because that happens in the film. And
That's crazy.
I was like, no way.
That is actually mental.
I know, right? But that shows you, like, I mean, you know, Jamie came from this town.
And it's good that, like you said, people don't change.
Yeah,
don't let it get to their heads.
This is the most important thing, I think, that I advise to everybody who's doing anything in life, because it doesn't matter if it's you're trying to become famous or if you're trying to just get good at a particular job or a skill or whatever. Just don't lose yourself, because whatever it was that got you into that, it was a really sweet, pure, innocent thing.
And that's why you're
doing good at it. Yeah, and the second you lose that, you won't appreciate it anymore. And, you know, you can see that in people who have risen and fallen. Yeah. That they lost the love for what they were. And they just stopped being the kind person that they were. They started expecting too much from people and stuff. And that's, you know, what I do not foresee any of that for you.
And I said to my mum, actually, has always said to me, which I can't remember who I said to the other day. I think it might have been my teacher actually at college. And it's, be so kind to those people on the way up, because you never know when you're going to be going back down again.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And I stand by that. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like exactly what you said, there's a reason why I am where I am. There's a reason why I'm here doing this podcast.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, you know, I'm doing other interviews and I'm releasing music. I've got all this help. It's because of who I am. Why I changed that? Yeah,
because honestly, like the reason why I get people, like somebody said to me the other day, your podcast doesn't make sense anymore. And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, well, you had all of these people who like work for charity, or like they are just like really, you know, about like the community of Luton, and that's the whole thing that they do. They don't do anything else. Like that's where I thought your podcast was. And and then I have some Irish guy on the other day who's just a friend. And then I had another guy who sat right there on Saturday wearing a panda hat.
Oh.
No, like a massive, like, you know,
like
a Disney mask. Yeah. Like what you see at Disneyland. His giant panda head he was wearing. He does a podcast, and, you know, he loves Luton, but he's not like in the mold of any of my previous guests. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is like, I'm doing this, like, obviously to promote Luton and positive people, but at the same time I'm doing it because I want to like talk to people who I think find really interesting and who I think are like able to inspire people to do cool things. Like with my friend who I said with a panda head, he's awesome. His podcast is amazing. It's called Quarter Life Quandary. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And it's just three people who are really good friends from an area near here. I can't really say where they're from because they like to keep their anonymity.
Yeah.
But they just sit there and chat and like, and they talk about really fun facts and stuff. And these three people just decided to do this. And
no way.
And I really like their show. I'm a fan of their show.
Yeah.
And even if it's just that they get me, or they get like, you know, a small crowd of people, then they might get more people to do, like, to say, well, I kind of want to do something like this. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think life's all about. It's all about like inspiring people to do more stuff.
100%,
you know, and that's why I want you on the
as well.
Yes, why I want you on the show. Like you say, you're here for a reason, right? And the reason is because every time I've met you, you're lovely. And every time I've spoken to you, you answer me back. There's a lot of people who I message, and they may think they're a bit too big. Do you know what I mean? You know them people. You know them people.
No, I get you 100%.
There's lots of them, isn't there? Lots and lots and lots of them. I won't name any names.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. For all though, no, I understand.
You know who you are, people who are ignoring me.
You best be like in shame right now.
No, but it's all good, because the thing is like you sort of have exhibited in your behaviour, is that you just keep being good, you keep treating people nicely, and you know what, doors open, things go well.
Yeah.
And then you meet like-minded people, and they're the ones you want to be around.
Yeah.
You know what, just if somebody can help you, but they're a dick, you don't want help from them, because they're probably going to put you in their pocket, and then they're going to pull out that card and go, you owe me. Yeah.
I've done this, now you do this.
Exactly. I don't participate in them relationships at all.
I fully believe in good karma and bad karma. You know, what you give out is what you're going to receive.
100%.
And
It's like a boomerang.
Exactly. What
I'd
goes
rather
around comes
throw a
around.
boomerang-shaped pie at myself so I can eat it
Yeah,
than
exactly.
a boomerang-shaped that will cut
just
my head off.
Cuts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like you said, why surround yourself with positive people, and then you'll realize how good life is.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's something I'm still understanding now.
Yeah.
Is to stop giving so many negative people so many chances.
Yeah.
Like, I tend to do it a lot. Dylan knows this as well.
Oh yeah, hi Dylan, how you doing?
Hi Dylan.
We've got Dylan behind the camera. Is it still working? Yes. Thank you very much, Dylan.
But it's hard. But I've come to understand that my life, when I'm not worrying about these people, is 10 times calmer.
Yeah.
I'm less stressed. You know, little things like my skin will be clear when I'm not stressing about this.
Yeah.
You know, I won't get my headaches that I get. I'll have a good night's sleep. Like, things like this, people, it's your body giving you signs, okay?
That's so true.
And I massively believe in, like what you said, fill your life with positive people.
Yeah. I had a interview the other day with this lady from Reactivate. Reactivate's like a organization that helps people with employment and qualifications and all that sort of stuff. And she was a teacher, and she decided, like, she realized the education system just isn't built for certain children. Yeah. And it's like they're trying to fit square pegs into round holes. Yeah. Yeah. And
I totally agree with that as well.
So she decided to like start this company and provide service to people that are square pegs. Do you know what I mean? And it's great. I love Reactivate. I love Reactivate. They're amazing people. Michelle Crook is the person that founded it. Yeah. Anybody that hasn't seen that episode, check it out. She's awesome.
That's crazy.
But she believes in the whole thing of the law of attraction, right? Of like that. If you do good things and good things happen, if you do bad things and bad things happen. It's so simple, and it's like you would think people would have caught up with it by now.
They never do.
They never do. I don't know why. It's like, oh, why is my life shit? Oh, why is everything I do
so bad?
And then if you just take stock of what you're actually doing day to day, like for instance, this is really simple. Do you get up and make your bed?
Do you know what? Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. But this is
when I say make, you know, and you just like.
Just throw it on.
Throw it. Yeah. Not neatly, but cover, chuck the pillows up.
Well, don't worry. You're awesome anyway. You don't need to make your bed thing.
Thanks.
But if you're really crap at life, and you're doing badly and things are going wrong.
Things like that, right?
If you start just making your bed in the morning, that one first positive step, I know it's just silly and you think like, whatever, but it's a positive step. You do that, the next thing you do, you're going to be like, well, I've made my bed. And it looks pretty dirty down the stairs. So I'm going to clean like where I've just been last night. Yeah. And then you do that. And then you go to work or you go to your school or whatever. And everything's slowly.
I completely understand that.
You see what I'm saying?
And do you know what? Like, I never used to eat breakfast. Like, never. So it's a bit like the bed thing, but for breakfast with me. Yeah. So I never used to eat breakfast. I'd wake up feeling like rubbish. I like the whole day. Even after I've had my lunch and dinner, I'd still feel like crap. Yeah. And then recently I've started making my own breakfast, like granola bowls, you know, avocado on toast, peanut butter on toast, anything, just a little thing.
Just little bite in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah, get your brain
I've started to feel so much better. Yeah. Like genuinely, it does make a difference. People don't knock it until you try it, because
just a little bit of self-care, because I know the thing is that people see like making the bed or like I can't be bothered to eat.
As a chore.
It's a thing as a chore, but you don't understand it's a benefit to you. And it doesn't feel that way because you have to do something. Yeah. And for some reason, people just don't like doing things. Do you know what we want? This is, if you could do this, I think everybody would do this. If you could just be in like a little blanket, right? Yeah. Where you can just be comfortable. You don't need to go anywhere. Yeah. You can just sleep there. Everything is provided for you. You can float around on a little thing, so you don't ever have to get up. Yeah. Right? And there's like a heated mat there, so you can sit there. It's so warm. Honestly. And like have milkshakes brought to you and just whatever you want. Whatever the hell you want. Everybody would do it.
They would. 110%. So, and they wouldn't bother like to bat an eyelid at like the effects of just sitting there and doing nothing.
Because like that is like a massive law to people, and all that produces is negative results, realistically. And I think that people should just try and do a little bit more in the start of their day, and then it's like a cascade effect, and just it will affect you in a positive way. But yeah, so that's my thoughts and feelings.
Do you know what? That's my thoughts and feelings as
That's my
well
thoughts
on
and
life
feelings.
in general.
Oh, that should be like a new catchphrase or some like a segment of the show.
Yeah,
My thoughts and feelings.
My thoughts and feelings.
Thoughts and feelings with Deadpool and Olivia Lynn.
Exactly right.
I proper like tongue tied myself in the name for some reason.
But I can't even say thoughts and I was about to say thoughts and feelings. So it's fine, you're not the only one.
Hey, we all make mistakes. It's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay. It's about how we get up and learn from them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this has been great. I've genuinely had so much fun talking to you.
Same. I can't stop talking. It's really bad.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. No, I really like that about you. I think that, you know, you've got a lot to say, and I think you should say it because people need to hear it.
Yes,
more people should be like you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And hopefully people are going to listen to this and they're going to become fans of yours. If they're not already, I expect for a lot of Olivia's fans to be watching this. Because Olivia's awesome. You need to get to know her.
Thank you.
You know, this is a great way to get to know you. All the interviews and stuff that you do is just like a little layer for people to see what you like. I think it's really 100%. Important. So yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Honestly, it means a lot. And I love chats like this because sometimes people are so formal. I can't do formal. I'm really bad at formal.
Me too.
I just blab. And formal's not me, but I really appreciate it. So thank you.
You've been awesome. All right, thank you very much, Olivia.
Very much.
Hey, love you, Luton. Speak to you soon. Bye. Bye. I don't know why I said speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
Yeah, like we're on a phone call.
Just give me a call.
Like on a phone call. Speak to you soon.